get this party started!
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Slick Tactics, and welcome back to a top 5 in fighting games. And today we're doing a top 5 characters in Blazblue. And remember, this is my opinion. It's based off me and my top 5, so don't be getting salty if your character's not in there. Again, it's my opinion. And with that being said, I'm basing this off of gameplay, personality, and impact to the story. So yeah, let's begin. Number 5, the wifey Makoto. That's right, the wifey only made number 5. Mainly the reason because Makoto she really doesn't have that much reach in the game. In this game with magic and weapons and all that stuff, Makoto is a straight hands-on fighting character, and she would be great in any other game, but in Blazblue, she's really not that great. But once she gets in, she gets in. She by far has some of the strongest normals in the game without being like Tiger or grapple character. Also, her projectile is pretty great. It absorbs almost every single projectile in the game, and it's really useful. But the startup time is kind of ridiculous, but then again, it's also can be used as a shield. So she has one good range attack, but also it's kind of predictable because the startup is long, so people can dodge it with ease. But it's still a pretty decent projectile. She has some really powerful normals. Like, you can really win by just throwing normals at people. Like, you really don't need her special moves, but they do come in handy. But oh my goodness, she goes in when she's close range. But again, in this game, that's sometimes really hard to maintain and keep up with. And also, Makoto's pretty dumb. Story-wise, she is kind of an idiot. She don't even know the Knights of the Blue Flames oath. She forgets it in the middle of saying it, and she really lacks. Like, she's funny at times, but sometimes it's just downright she's an idiot, and I kind of don't like that. But fighting-wise, I really like her, and that's why she's the wifey. Number 4, Nine the Phantom. Now, Nine is like the only range character I actually like in the game, because you know me, I'm rushed down all day. But Nine, oh my goodness, she is so versatile. Like, especially some of her combos. Like, for a zoner, she has some really great close range combos, like her water, fire, fire, then fire drop to the fire tackle. I love doing that move. That's like my bread and butter. And then of course the wind blast to her super beam special. That's always fun to do. Like, I like the reach on the wind blast. It's kind of fun to use that move. And then she's so versatile. Like, sometimes off random, you can just do random combos with the tree, the electric bomb, the gravity, the firestorm, and of course my all-time favorite, the doom clock. I love catching people with the doom clock. But then it also hurts me because then I gotta run around and block and not get hit, which is not my style. I like to stay in your face and keep fighting, but you can't do that with her. But all in all, she is a really fun character, and I love her Astral finish. Like, she just goes blaze of fire. And like how most people come back down from their Astral, she don't. She is too much fire. She can't come back down there. She obliterates you. Ashes. You're done. I don't know that much story-wise with her. I just know she's one of the legendary heroes, and her daughter is Kokonoe, and she seems, from what I've seen so far in this story, she seems like a really big asshole to everybody, which is, well, she lets off when you first look at her pictures like she's an asshole, like she's mean towards people, which is completely true. But all in all, Nine's a great zoner, great fighter, and mean. I like mean girls. Number 3 goes to the main character, Hibiki. That's right, my main is only number 3. Because like I said, a lot of other stuff is involved in this, because gameplay wise, I love him. He's a really great rushdown character for this game, like way better than Makoto, because he has ways to get in. He gets so many options, and then shoot, he even have a random hack and slash. Like, you can literally do BB, crouching, BB, BB. Like, that's already 6 hits right there. He just straight up murders you. And then he can just cross you up or overhead or go low. He has so many options to just stay in your face. Then his drive is vicious because it just allows him to either shoot a fake projectile or shoot himself at you, and you don't know which one's which is really fun to use sometimes to fake people out. But personality wise, he's just that quiet sneak up ninja type. Like, he looks like Levi, but he don't really have a personality of Levi. He's more like the personality of, well, not the personality of Strider, but kind of like Strider, how he's just quiet and don't really say that much in the games. He's just and out. But that is expected for a ninja type character. But all in all, Hibiki, his fighting makes up so much for his personality. That's why he made number 3. So Hibiki, good job. Now, number 2 was one of my all-time favorite characters, but she wasn't really playable, and that's Kokonoe. Ever since 1, I loved her in story mode because she talks so much shit to everybody, and like, I'm like, this girl talks so much shit, but they could probably kill her, and she did not care. She would talk so much shit to you and never worry about the consequences, and she kept doing that. And then Blazblue 3 came along, and she strapped up and was ready to fight. And the second I saw that, I said the same thing Ragnar said to her, can you even fight? And oh my goodness, she can fight. She has so many utilities, so many ways to fight, and then she has the ultimate golden hyper mega tiger beam. It's so much fun to pull that off, especially when the opponents sit there and let you charge it. I'm like, oh, you just gonna let me? Okay, eat this. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna block it. Nah, even if you block it, you still lose a good chunk of health. And then of course her Astral finish. Oh my goodness, that's definitely one of my favorite Astral finishes, because she just drops the meteor on you, just destroys everything just to kill you. And again, she's a hilarious character. Like, she is so nonchalant, playing her Game Boy, talk shit to anybody, knowing damn well she can't really take them. But then she proved everybody wrong in 3 because she was even top tier. I was so surprised when I looked at the tier list and she was at number 1. I was like, Kokonoe? Then I tried it and I was like, that's pretty understandable. She's a really great fighter. And that's why she made number 2, because she has one of the most funniest personalities in the game, and then she is a great fighter. And with that being said, here are the honorable mentions. Now, y'all already know I love games, but I also love comic books and anime. And whew, one of my favorite comic book characters is the Joker. And one of my favorite anime characters is Izaya from Durarara. Now, if those two do the fusion dance, you get Hazama, the number 1 of all time Blazblue character. Hazama is like one of the best characters ever. His dialogue is just so freaking amazing. Like, that's why I missed that in 4 that they don't have English voice actors, because that was one of the reasons why I always read the story, because Hazama, like the way he just talks, his demeanor, like just take a listen real quick.
Come on, you know me better than that, old buddy. Surely you don't mean to imply I need a reason to destroy and manipulate and kill? Okay, all right, fine. How about this reason? Seems as good as any. I do all the wonderful things I do because I want to see the miserable look on the faces of people like you when you're wallowing in despair, dismay, grief, frustration, misery, all sorts of other unpleasant nouns.
See, like, he is so poised with his talking. He has like such an intellect. Like, the dude is just, woo. He's like, yeah, I'm so sophisticated, but yet I'm so evil and I do not care. Then his gameplay style, like, his gameplay style is so unorthodox for most fighting games. Like, the way he plays it just feels so funny. But I learned him in 2, and I ended up loving his gameplay style until Makoto came out. I don't know how to play him no more, so I gotta relearn that. But Hazama, his playstyle is freaking amazing. He has so much potential with them snakes and his regular fighting style. Like, it kind of throws you off the way he fights. Like, some of his attacks are so delayed. I'm like, how do people even learn how to use this character? And then once you learn him, you're like, oh my goodness, this dude is actually kind of fluid. I didn't see that out of nowhere. And before I keep going, I almost forgot. This is what really made me like him. This clip right here.
So you think you've seen some pretty messed up stuff, right? Well, how about I give you a taste of real hell? Are you serious? You can't be serious. Did you really think you were gonna take me down with that? That? Wake up! I suggest no. I insist that you enjoy the show from up there. Trust me, it'll be the best show you've ever seen. Shame your sister won't be able to enjoy it with you. Oh man, does this feel great! Isn't she just gorgeous? I mean, something about the way she falls apart is just an incredible commentary on the futility and impermanence of life, don't you think? This is art! What's that? A little too much for the old heart to handle. Come on now, the fun's just starting! I've got so much more in mind for your dear sweet sister. Try and remember this, kid. This is war. Compassion, forgiveness, mercy. What do you think this is, a tea party? You won't find any of those here. Little boys that still piss themselves when things start to get real don't belong in something like that. Capiche? So you burn that little nugget of information into whatever you've got that passes for a brain. And please, do try to be a little more entertaining next time, okay? Think you can do that for me? Please? Oh well, it's not like it matters. You were a good catalyst while you lasted. Bye-bye.
Yes, when I saw that, I wanted to clap. Like, Hazama is one of the best designed characters ever. Like, he's basically the anime Joker. But then Isaiah's the anime Joker, so he's the Joker Isaiah of video games. And that's just so great because I love those characters. And then, if you want to get a little bit more crazy, you have Terami. And if you want to get even a little bit more crazier, you got somebody so crazy, so despicable, that I can't even utter his name right now. But I hope y'all enjoyed that. My top 5 characters of BlazBlue. Tell me who's your favorite character in BlazBlue. Is it Satan? Is it Ragnar? Is it Jin? Who is it? So go ahead and tell me in the comments. And until next time, I'm your boy Slick. See ya.